Danny Flexon here for Seconds Out, my old pal Johnny Nelson. Johnny, how you doing?
I'm good, Danny, I'm good.
Glad
Back
to hear
in business again.
Want to ask you about a big heavyweight fight, but at a domestic level. Daniel Dubois, Joe Joyce, April the 11th. Really intriguing to me, and a genuine 50-50 fight. What do you make of it?
You know what, when I saw it on Breakfast TV, Frank Warren was sat there. No matter what you say about Frank Warren, his timing is always right. You know, Frank Warren for a short time in my career was my promoter. And so timing-wise, he knows, you know, he's a big-time, big show producer of fights. And I think this fight has captured everyone's imagination here in the UK domestically. Love him or loathe him, I think it's a great matchup, and I think it's a great opportunity, a great chance that Frank Warren's taking for Dubois, because he doesn't have to do it right now. But he's thinking, you know what, I want to springboard this boy higher, bigger, beyond, because Joe Joyce is tough. Joe Joyce, if you know what happens when he spars with Anthony Joshua up in Sheffield, they got to close the doors, no cameras are on. So Joe Joyce can fight, and he can fight for fun. And so they're putting Dubois in, this young, up-and-coming young man. He wants to get in there, and he wants to have a crack at beating Joe Joyce domestically for people to see it. And the thing is, they've done it on a platform where anybody and everybody, your casual fans, people that aren't even interested in boxing, can see this fight. It's all good for our sport. I think it's a great matchup. I think it's very hard to pick who'd win unless you're a fan of one of the fighters. But from the outside looking in, I can see why Joyce would win. I can see why Dubois would win. I can see why both fighters could lose. Joyce gets hit too a lot. Dubois never boxed anybody of that caliber. Still fresh, still hungry, still fight fit. So again, I can give an argument on both fighters. So I'm just looking forward, for once, being a spectator and a fan, to sit there and think, this is one of those fights.
A lot's been made of the fight being pay-per-view on BT.
Yeah.
Can you understand why they've made it pay-per-view?
What the public need to understand is this, and unfortunately, it's now got to the point where in our sport, you know, it's the fame game. You know, the guys love the game, but the fame unfortunately takes over. So they won't pay him. They want the money that they think they deserve. You see it in football, and you think, well, where's the money coming from? The fans are paying it. If you want these two to fight, if you want what you want, you're going to pay for it, because it's like, I know my worth, and I suppose it's like. It's like Fury and Joshua and Wilder. They know their worth. So if you want them to fight, you've got to pay for it. So if we want it enough, pay for it. And so I understand the frustrations of the fans. I understand, you know, having to do pay-per-view. But this is one of those fights where you think, I'd pay for that. I would. I'm not even going to lie. I'll pay to watch that. So, and there are sometimes you'll have a pay-per-view and you think, nah, really? But this is one of those fights where you can't complain. You've got two guys coming up at stage in their career that this loss could deviate their plan to the top, or put off their plan to the top for a long time. So I believe that I have no complaints about it. I do understand the frustrations of the public, but this is unfortunately one of those cases. And
metaphorical gun to your head, who wins and how?
I knew you'd do that. This. You know what? There's two fights that I'm hoping never to be asked about. One is this one, and the other one is Joshua and Fury. So don't ask me about that until we get to it. This one here, boys, if you're watching this is not personal, trust me. I go Dubois. And the reason why I go Dubois is because Joe Joyce gets hit too much. He can bang, he can tough, he's a great athlete, he's a very clever, intellectual guy, but he gets hit too much. And at heavyweight, one punch can change everything. You can't afford to give shots away like that. But I know what he's capable of doing. I know he can take a shot. I know he can dig a shot. But he gets hit too much. And that's the only thing that gives it away for me in my choice. I like both fighters. I think both fighters potentially can go so far. But gun to my head, I'm going Dubois.
We really appreciate you sticking your head above the parapet and making a pick. So brilliant, Johnny. Really appreciate it.
Pleasure.